Good evening. Thank you, first of all, to the many friends and guests that are here tonight. I do this course all the time. I've done it around the world. I've done it in Ghana. I've done it with teenagers. And I figure those two extremes with an interpreter and with teenagers, if those work, pretty much it's a infallible device. So the teenagers was much fun. And for those of you that are here, how many of you have been to one of these before? Raise your hand if you've done this before. Okay. Thank you for coming back. Some people do this a lot. It's a fun course. It's meant to be fun. How many of you do not enjoy group interaction typically? Tell the truth. Thank you. Thank you for those of you that are here. I know that in and of itself, that's a risk. For some people, they say, I would rather read a book. I'd rather watch the video or hear it on a CD, not have to do this. So thank you to those of you that have discomfort in this situation. I think by the end of the night, even for you, you will enjoy yourself. So we're going to make it as comfortable as possible. How many of you have done Myers-Briggs, DISC, any kind of personality profiling? Check off the boxes. This is who you're labeled as now. Okay, thank you. This is going to be just like that. That said, it is not meant to limit you. And I will say that several different ways this evening. It is meant as a tool for you to find out kind of where your home base is and also find out who you're talking to in any given situation very quickly. And when you can do this, you can be highly effective communicating with anyone. And that's one of my assertions with this, is if you use this information and really practice it, suddenly the perception of other people is you're more like me than not like, just similar to me. And you don't have to pretend, you don't have to manipulate, there's nothing fancy to learn here. It's actually pretty simple stuff. And with that, this is experiential, as Janet was talking about. You get to interact. You're not going to listen to me all night. In fact, in the front part of the night, you'll probably hear more from me than the whole rest of the course. Now, how many of you are seriously wondering whether you're with the right group or not? Okay, good. Very normal, very wonderful. I think in the next half hour, you'll figure out whether you're in the right home base. Remember, I told you that two styles will make a lot of sense to you. So don't be surprised if you're going, ooh, could be that one, could be that one. Pick the one that if everything in your life was on your terms, that would be it. You'd redesign life, it'd be like this. And again, you may have a stronger reaction to one you're least like. Okay? Clear on that? Feel free to move at any time. The group that you go to will be so happy to have you. It will work just fine. And the one that you're leaving will, do what they do. Most of them will be like, that's fine. We didn't want you here anyway. So it'll be good. So I want you to know this can work not only based on what you know right now, but how you approach things. I encourage people to take this information within groups and plan meetings this way, plan family events this way. Get together with people when you can identify this and be able to set up an event to win right from the beginning. If you know you're presenting a report or something to someone and you can identify their style based on what you've heard or seen, you can give it to them the way they like it. And we'll get into some of that. It really becomes strategically wonderful. I have one company I'm working with. They've Excel spreadsheeted everybody in their department. Any guess what department it might be? Accounting or IT, very good guess, IT. So they've got a spreadsheet, and they do 4 versions for every single report. They take the same material, but they pass it out, and then people get it the way they like it. And what they found is their productivity's gone up quite a bit. Just from altering that, because people don't have to sift through if they want the bullet points. If they want all the material and to formulate their own idea, they've got it. So it's been very fun to do this. So I want you to play with this and use this information. Again, I'm going to say, none of you are limited to the one group you're sitting in. You have aspects of all 4 groups. There are parts I'm sure you heard even of the group you're least like, and you went, yeah, I do that. When? So keep in mind that occurs. Also, through life, we change. Different circumstances cause us to change. Starting a business, going back to school, having children, death, things like that occur, death of someone else, obviously. You respond to that and you grow, so you change. So this is not a permanent was, am, always will be state. You're going to grow through things based on what you need to respond to.